What's going on, Barehandians? Welcome to Gaming with Bare Hands. We have got an interesting deck here that has been plaguing the Double Elixir Challenge. In fact, I see it a lot of times in the regular ladder as well. We've got the Lava Hound Balloon deck, or the Lava Loon deck. Typically, instead of the Miner, I see it running a Skeleton Army, but for our purposes and playstyle, we're going to go with the Miner because I like being able to surgically go in and pick off a princess, or help get in there and take out a musketeer, things like that, which the Skeleton Army, if everything's funneling in there, I know the Skeleton Army is usually more used on defense, but I just think this gives you a little bit more of a spread so that your stuff isn't as easily susceptible to fireballs and things like that. I just went 12-1 again in the challenge, so I've won 2 challenges in a row, one with the GG Storm deck and another with this Lava Loon deck. And so if you're still looking for options or something to better suit your playstyle, maybe use this deck. I lost to it several times while I was winning my challenge, so I figured I would pick it up and give it a try, and it has brought us overwhelming success, and I just think it's a very solid deck. I'll be honest with you, I was surprised at how easily it flowed, and in my opinion, it was a pretty easy deck to pick up because the idea behind it being you get that tank down in your flying units, and then what you do is you just use your Fireball and your Miner and your Zap spell to just go in there and kill the damage-dealing cards that are going to kill your pups afterwards. And once those are dead, you just wreak havoc upon their tower. So let's jump into a couple of games. I can show you some replays here just to give you an idea of how this deck is played, and you could take it out for yourself. It still works in ladder, but I think it really shines in this Double Elixir Challenge. Alright, this game against the Daggett was an interesting game. He was running the Elite Barbarians, and we really only have one spectacular counter for the Elite Barbarians. Since we don't run the Skeleton Army in this deck, we are looking at our Tombstone being that prime card that we need to cancel out the Elite Barbarians. He's wasting quite a bit of elixir here. We have our Mega Minion running down the lane. He's got his Ice Wizard over here, and I decide, let's just go ahead and kind of reset here and throw our Lava Hound in the back. And he is going to choose to do a quick rush right here into our face. Don't know if that was his best option, as we have our... Well, he does a really good job of zapping away our skeletons there, and though we're going to soak a ton of damage, we have a pretty decent push coming in here. I'm going to go ahead and zap those Fire Spirits. Our Balloon is on a merry chase there toward multiple Teslas in the middle of this guy's base, but notice, our Miner got in there, was able to soak a lot of damage, and we get this tower all... I'm sitting there, like, wasting elixir because I was like, wow, how are we doing this much damage? I think this was one of the first games I had played with this deck, and just amazed me. He's coming in with a really big push. I'm going to throw a Fireball down in front of those units so it knocks it back. You want to be careful because you got to time it right with those Elite Barbarians. They're moving quickly at you. You don't want the Fireball to shoot them toward your tower. You want it to knock in front of them and push them back, giving your tower a little bit more time to pick them off. His tower's looking real scarce here with 200, 142 health, 78 health, and I think that Fireball was a little overkill. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with overkill if you're able to defend afterwards. And so he's coming in with the Elite Barbarians. Thankfully, that skeleton comes over and redirects the other one. It was about to run past. We get that Mega Minion there, and that Rage Spell was kind of a waste because they spend so much time on those skeletons. Let's throw a Lava Hound right in the face. Then our Balloon is just going to run straight up to the tower. I want to say I was going to zap there, but it didn't come up quick enough. And check this out. His tower over there is dropping really quickly. We do a tank and spank with our Tombstone, which I thought was pretty cool. And then still have skeletons over to distract that group of Elite Barbarians. And I feel pretty confident that I know how his deck is working here, and he's not going to really be able to get by us. Let's throw a Fireball here. His Hog is going to get one swing off on the tower. That's impressive in my opinion, seeing as all we did was Fireball and then get a backup unit for our Lava Hound here. Here he comes, he bypasses, we throw a silly group of minions there. I think I just kind of let him take this tower because I think our push is strong enough, and he is desperately pushing for that tower, which means he's not investing quite as much elixir as he needs over in the left-hand side, and we're just going to kind of walk over this tower over here because he had to spend so much on that right-hand tower. Usually happens a lot of times if you've got that much of a lead. Taking that second tower isn't quite as difficult because they're a little too caught up pressuring the other side because they haven't yet taken it out. Let's jump into next. Alright, this game against Pablo R was an interesting game. We kind of utilized our balloon a little bit more in this game. He's going to go ahead and start off with a Hog Rider, I believe. You can see him. He's got it highlighted there. Sorry if I'm a little bit more mellow. I feel I'm just a little tired today. I'm going to go ahead and throw a fireball down to stop that ice spirit from wreaking havoc on us. Our Mega Minion decides, you know what, we're going to come all the way cross field back over to this left side, and thankfully so, because now we have it backing up our pushover on this side. He's got his Musketeer in there, just pristine unit here, picking off our units, and we throw our Miner in there surgically to take out that Musketeer, but it doesn't take it out. Probably needed to get his Zap spell down, and he had a second Musketeer behind his tower helping. So, unfortunately, we've got two Musketeers and a Valkyrie to deal with here. We decide to zap the one away, get these minions down after it locks onto our tower. They're gonna come back over here toward his tower, and we're just gonna let them go up to their death and start a nice push. Get that tank in the back, let those units go to their death. He's got a big group of units here, so let's go ahead and throw a fireball down. That was money, and our minion is just going to destroy that hog. Again, that tombstone is a key element to this deck, allowing us to shut down a lot of the pushes that come in. Even things like Royal Giants, you're going to notice that tombstone is necessary to stop a ton of damage to your tower. Lava Hound's going to pop here. He goes ahead and zaps kind of our group of units closer to the bridge, and we're gonna get a lot of damage on his tower there, and now we're kind of ahead here. His Mega Minion's coming down, gonna take some swipes at our regular minions. We're gonna get our Miner down here, and I use my Fireball to take out that Ice Spirit. Well, Ice Spirit was dead anyways, and the Musketeer there. Kind of thought that we had a little bit more of a push, but that's okay. We're still doing a steady amount of damage on the tower. Now, this deck is pretty simple. You get the Lava Hound going in the back, you get a Mega Minion behind it, and then you try and figure out how to deal with his damage dealers. I'm going to go ahead and throw my balloon down, I think, and then throw my Miner on his Musketeer. And then I think I go ahead and zap his Mega Minion, but the timing was off, so his Mega Minion ended up taking out our Mega Minion. But our Miner takes out his Musketeer there, which is what we ideally wanted, and then our balloon like did a little crash course around there, went to the tombstone, then kind of arced back around onto the left and took out his tower. And again, we were so far ahead at this point, he's got to really dump Elixir to try to get that win there, and he's just not going to have enough time to steal that tower from us after we've defended so well the entire game. And so good game there. Pablo, I thought that we were both pretty much on point, but there's something about these Lava Hound decks, if they don't defend it just right, you're able to just walk over there, you just fly over their tower, alright? Good game. Alright, this game against Sabath, or Sabath. This was an interesting game because he's also playing with a Lava Hound deck. It's a slightly different makeup. He's running the Musketeer. I'm running the Miner. He's running the Ice Golem, which is interesting. Our Mega Minion's running down here. Didn't really know what I wanted to do, so I do a quick rush here with the Miner and the Balloon. And then I decide to zap his minions there, which wasn't really that great because the Balloon was going to take out the minions anyways, and the zap really didn't stop the minions from getting damage to our Balloon there, so maybe kind of a poor play there. We throw this here, and now you want to focus on the damage dealers. Keep that in mind. We fireball his Musketeer, and then we deal with the Lava Hound. After we've taken care of his glass cannon units, then we deal with the tank. So our Miner's going to run in here again. Maybe got a little ahead of ourselves there. We need to get our Lava Hound down here because our little mini pushes aren't doing a whole lot. So we reset, get our Lava Hound down. His minions are going to come up here to their death. I think we're then going to throw down our Tombstone here. Unfortunately, that last minion got a little bit of a swipe off there, and he's fireballing our Tombstone. I don't think that was the right play for him. We're fireballing his Musketeer, okay? So he's taking care of our Tombstone, which isn't damaging his Lava Hound, and then we're killing his Musketeer, which is a key card, and because of that, I feel we just walk over that tower, okay? And then we're able to clean up his Lava Hound pretty easily. Again, a Fireball on the Tombstone. Not the play he needs to do here. We're gonna throw our Mega Minion. We're gonna throw our Mega Minion down here to clean this up here. We get our words here, get them together, get our reset Lava Hound in the back on the right side now. So now he's got a choice to make. Does he deal with our Lava Hound over on the right? He gets way too many eggs in one basket. Our Fireball is going to decimate that push, and now he's got a Balloon Lava Hound to deal with. Man, when you get an Elixir trade that deep, it's hard to recover from that, alright? It's hard for him to come back after we deal that much damage with a 4 Elixir spell. We're coming in here with our Miner. His Mega Minion's gonna spin around to deal with the Miner, and then we're just, we're just draining health off of his towers. Not a whole lot of work to put in either. Just place that Fireball right. This would be a good spot for the Fireball against this Musketeer. Oh, we're doing it anyways, and oh man, I wish I had waited just a split second sooner to catch that Mega Minion. But that's okay. They're stalled out on the Lava Hound, and this Mega Minion's going to clean pretty much all the rest of this up, and then all we have to deal with, because time is counting down, is this left-hand push. Our minions are going to kind of come in here and deal with his minions. Not very well, but our Fireball is going to clean that up, and just not enough time for him to make that, and I really think we could have defended it because we have a lot of defense for air. Okay, this was the winning game. I was at 1 loss, 11 wins. We come in here against Pouncy, Shabro's crew, and he is running a Royal Giant deck. So he throws his Royal Giant down right while we have our Tombstone down. He's going to get an Electro Wizard on there cleaning up those minions, and really wasn't feeling good about this. So we're going to choose a Fireball because I know that it's going to kill the Electro Wizard immediately, and then he rushes in with, how does he have this much Elixir, with Elite Barbarians on my right-hand side and deal a ton of damage to our tower, and now he misses with his Fireball. So I feel like that one mistake there cost him quite a bit of damage. Our minions are going to deal enough damage to his Electro Wizard there, and then the skeletons are going to distract this Ice Wizard long enough for us to bring that tower down to 824. So he's done a lot of damage to us, but we're not out of the game, and I know we're not out of the game because now I know what his cards are. He's going to get distracted by that Tombstone, then we're going to throw down a second Tombstone, then we're going to throw down a Mega Minion here, and this time we're going to deal with that Elite Barbarian, or not Elite Barbarian, the Royal Giant a little bit better. Sometimes I can't decide which one of the meta cards we're talking about here. Our Miner combination here is going to just go ahead and check out one last Lava Pup. The last Lava Pup goes ahead and takes that tower out. And now, I'm going to let the tower on the left deal with those units. I did not have a good rotation here. We go ahead and distract the Royal Giant here, and it's still taking enough damage off. We're down to 467 health, and we've got a lot of damage to do on that right-hand tower, and he is sitting pretty with a Royal Giant. I feel like he can just walk through us here. He comes in with some Elite Barbarians. We throw a Fireball, and as we said before, would have been better for us to get that Fireball in front of them, not in the middle of them, because it knocked them to the side, and we really were trying to knock them backwards. We might have stopped at least one more of those hits on the tower, and here it is. Royal Giant, we knew it was going to take out the tower, so we didn't panic. We just decided, let's just let this go. Go ahead and throw our Mega Minion down here. Somehow his Mega Minion was targeted on ours, even though our Lava Hound was in between them. That was a little odd to me. And now, check it out. We've got a balloon run into the tower. He does not have a defensive structure. Our Miner's going to run in here. He does a nice Mega Minion there, but then it gets stuck up targeting some other unit, and our balloon just wipes out that tower. And at this point, I thought, he's going to get our tower over on the left. He's got Fireball, so let's just pressure his King's Tower as much as possible. I don't want to lose this last game, because I don't want to be put in the position where if I lose it, then we have to play one more game with the potential to lose the challenge completely. And he rushes our King's Tower. Silly play, in my opinion, and we run out of time as his Fireball was in the air. That was just a fun game because I know for a fact that our pressuring that tower kind of threw him off and sealed that game for us. And there really was potential for him to come back with a Royal Giant Elite Barbarians. He could have rushed our King's Tower pretty hard if he got our other tower out, but we were able to pressure his just long enough to stall him out, and he used his Fireball over there and then didn't have the Fireball in time to clean up our other tower. So, wow, that was, after that game, just felt really good about that, especially being 2 challenges in a row. Got a lot of cards, got a lot of gold. Challenges are just great for your card collection if you're able to win. I know you got to spend a little bit of gems. Some of you don't have gems. You know who I'm talking to. But that's okay. You don't have to play with gems. But if you're blessed to be able to have gems, then the challenges are the way to go if you want to grow that collection. Alright, the usual, 11,000 gold here. Ice Spirits, the Hut, Minion Horde, Mega Minion, let's get to the good stuff. Musketeer, 155 Elite Barbarians, that's what I'm talking about. Bunch of Teslas, and 6 balloons. I'm okay with getting some balloons. Would have preferred a legendary card, but the balloons will have to do. Really want to just be able to give you guys some options and some things that you can use if you are trying to win these challenges. I know for me, it takes losing to some decks and realizing, you know what, this is really the deck that I need to be using, because obviously some people have it figured out that some decks are really, in some situations, much better than others, and I feel like this one's really shines in the Double Elixir Challenge. And so, thanks so much for stopping in. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. As always, I really hope to see you in the next video. Come back for more Gaming with Bare Hands. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.